Hello there and welcome back to Building the Boys. We now have issue 95 of Hachette's Build the Dizzy Doll's House, which means after this one, we've only got 25 to go. Really getting there, aren't we? I mean, that's good stuff. 25 to go away. In this one, we are building the dormer window, so we don't need to bring the house up. That's a good thing. We're working on the roof panel that we were working on before. We're not adding the dormer window to it yet, I don't think, are we? Do we add it in this one? We don't. We're just making the window in this one. We are also making the skylight that's going to go above Donald's room. Now, I'm not going to bring the house up to do that. I'm going to take the camera over to the doll's house. I'm going to fit it to it because that's the only thing we're doing. And then we're going to have to put it back down. So anything that means I haven't got to lift that house up onto the desk is good at this point. There is a bit of tiling to this one, not loads. We are essentially putting together the dormer window very similar to what we did on the back of the house. Pretty bits in this one. We get some biscuits and chocolates and we get a teacup as well. So let's crack this one open, let's look at our pretty bits and let's get this one built. So this is what we get inside this one. And we're not using all of this. It looks like loads, and it is, but we're not using it all. So we've got our tiles there that are going to go on the dormer window. Now these are the biscuits and the cookies and the chocolates that we get. But because of how small these are, I'm not going to trim these off yet because those look like they can get very easily lost. So until I'm ready to put them in the house, I'm keeping them on the sprues. That just seems to make sense to me because I think, as I said, if you trim these off now, I think you're going to regret it later. Now, as far as I'm aware, these chocolate roses here go around a cake that we get later on, I think. So hold on to those as well. But I'm keeping mine on the sprues. I'm not cutting them out yet because, as I said, too small. They get lost too easily. And let's look at this really rather lovely little cup that we've got here. Tweezers to get that out because these massive just meat hooks of mine aren't going to be able to get those out of there. This is a very lovely little cup, and you can see it has the tail of the Cheshire Cat as the handle. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that a gorgeous thing? That's absolutely, that's really nice. Okay, let's get this open. Let's get this skylight built. Taking these 4 pieces here, we're going to build our skylight. Now, this is quite straightforward. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces, and you see where the channels go? That's going to go into, got the wrong piece here. There we go, where the channels are. That's going to go into there. And then taking this one, we're going to go into there. And that's what we're going to build. And then once that is together, we're going to take this piece here. And again, there is a lip. So the lip needs to match the same lip that's on these sides. So we're going to put our lip facing downward for now. And that is going to attach to there like so. We're going to glue these in. So we're going to put a little touch of glue on the end of each of these. We're going to glue this together and firm this up. So let's get that done. Okay, so that's that one done. That's nice and firm and exactly how we need it to be. Next thing we do is move on to the actual skylight itself now. We have these pieces here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our window over here. We'll remove this backing film from it, and that's going to sit in there. And then what we're going to do is just a little touch of glue on each of the pins, tiny amounts. You don't want to get any of that glue on your actual window itself. This don't want to go without a fight. And so any ladies building this, be blessed you have nails, because when it comes to me peeling this bloody stuff off, it's not the easiest. There we go. So is that one off? There's probably one on the other side because it looks misty. There is. There we go. That's both sides off. Nice and clear. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fit this one in. So it's going to fit inside there. It's going to fit over all these holes. Make sure it's down nice and flat. What we're going to do is a tiny, and I do mean tiny, 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 a suggestion of glue on these pins on each of these. And then we'll go into this way round. We're going to lower that onto there, and that will hold it in place. And that's all we're going to do. And then once we've done it, we're going to fit it to the actual frame. So this is one in. Now I've got a really bad fit on mine. It seems if I push one corner down, the other one comes up, and there's not a lot I can do about that because I'm certainly not trimming the glass. So I'm just going to have to hold, wait for it to set. Won't take long, it's super glue, so a good, 30 seconds is going to be set. So I'll I'll cut the film and then we'll be back in a minute and it'll be set. There we go. So it didn't take long. Now our window's set. Now what we're going to do is take this one here. It's going to slot into here. So this will slide open and closed. I mean, I don't know why you're going to do that, but I suppose you could. It seems a little weird if I'm honest. But there we go. So that's in. So that's how you now look in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fit this to the roof of our house. So before we take it over to the house, what it's advising to do is you put a strip of glue along these seams here to attach it to the house. Now it's up to you. You can either attach it to there or you can touch the actual house. Either way, you're going to get the same effect, but that's what it's asking us to do. So let's get that glued up and then we'll take it over and install it. This is the section we're attaching this to. And we're going in here and we're going to find the sweet spot. There we go. And it should lock in. And if you've glued that correctly, allow it to dry. But that's how we're looking. That's how that's fit in. Lovely stuff. Right, let's move on to the dormer window. Moving on to our dormer window. Now, you want these parts here and here. So the ones with the hinges on are the parts we're going to be using immediately. That's going to be the piece that joins to that one. No, it's not. That's the piece that joins to that one, and that's the piece that joins to that one. And then we want our windows. So I'm going to show you how to do one, because we've done these before. I mean, this is actually the third time we've built one of these. So, again, ladies, if you're watching, never underestimate how, if you've got nails, how useful they are compared to if you don't. All right. There you go. That's one off. Let's get the other one off. There is something very satisfying about taking the cellophane off. Surely I'm not the only person that experiences that, right? So when you take the cover off a phone for the first time, it's a beautiful thing. When you get to do that once every like 2 years, but it's always totally worth it. I've still got a piece on there. Oh, you little bugger! That's got to come off. There we go. Right. So taking our window again, similar to what we just did. This is going to slot in there. Like, oh, there's bloody film still on it. So at least we've seen it now. There we go. Right, so our frame is, our window's just going to pop into the frame there. Same thing we just did. So with a tiny suggestion, a hint of glue on each of these pins, we're going to take this window and glue it over there. So I'm going to get this glued up. And again, just literally a touch. You don't need, I mean, this isn't load bearing or anything. You just want it to hold. So don't go mad. Otherwise you fog up your windows. You don't want that. I said fog. You will fog up your windows. And you don't want that. So just enough to hold it. That's all you need. So that's that one done. Simple enough. Don't go mad on your glue. And that's it. Now we do exactly the same thing with window number 2. And then we're going to move on to building the actual dormer frame itself. If those windows are done, we've brought the frame over and we've popped them into these grooves. So you can see there are groove channels in there. Let the frame do the job for you. We're going to take this piece here. And again, you can see there are tabs on the back of here. And they are going to line up to these tabs here, 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 and here. And what we're going to do, again, don't go mad on the glue. A little glue along these tabs here. And we're going to use this to hold those windows in. So let me get this one glued up. We'll get that installed. There's my tabs glued. I'm going to flip this one over. And if you can find the top one, I tend to find these then find themselves. Never said that, you watch it not find. Oh, there you go, there you go. So you get the top one in, the rest tend to find themselves. Now I had a hell of a job getting this to hold the last time I did one of these. So I'm going to hold it nice and firm and give it its best shot, kind of taking. And then I can already feel it's not. I can already feel it isn't. It seems too loose, this. I don't know why they've chosen to do this. I mean, I guess the windows have got to open, but it seems this thing doesn't seem to fit snug enough for my liking. I can already see that it's not. That's not taken. It's not. It's not. These holes seem too big, and these slots seem too small. It's very strange, right? So we're going to have to put some more glue on this to get this to hold, but I will get it to hold. So we finally got that one to hold. It's a pain in the backside, this one, it really is, but it's on now, and that's all I care about. So moving on to these, you will see these are grooved. Now, if you can see the way the groove is there, I want this part this side. So this one's going to go, and we're going to glue the tips of this one and put that one in there. And we do exactly the same thing with this one here, and I glue this one in over here. So that's how we'll be looking after those are glued. Going to get that done, and then we're going to move on to the top section of this. Okay, so those nicely glued in. Now taking our next pieces here, we want this flat side. So the flat side is going to sit in there like so, and then we're going to take the other one with the flat part. That's going to sit in here like so, and it's going to come together lovely. But what we're going to do to achieve that is we are going to glue one in first. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this one. So glue along here first. Glue along this section here. We're going to install that one in. And then when that one's in, we're going to take this one, we're going to glue along this section here and this section here, bring them in and bond them together at the top. So I'll get that done and show you what it looks like. The dormer window is now built, but it is not tiled. So turn that over, this is how we're now looking, really rather lovely. You can see our little hidden Mickey up there. This is now left, this is right. We've got a tile, this side here, and this side here. Now to do that, we are going to start with this set of tiles here. Now, quite simple, left, right. So left on the left, right on the right, nice and simple. So left 1, left 2, left 3, left 4, left 5, left 6, left 7, 8, left 8, and left 9, as you can see there, are all going to go along there in sequence. So starting at the very bottom, starting here, we're going to use, as you can see, that one there. Going to trim this one out, stick it to, we're going to go all the way up to 9, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on the right-hand side. So I'm going to get that tiled up, and we'll take a look. So we are now done. I'm just waiting for my glue to dry here, but this all dries clear, so I'm not worried about any kind of squidge that's coming out the sides there. And this side here as well. So you can see this is literally just gone on, so that's all going to dry up. But that is our dormer window complete. Now, we're not actually installing it yet. Don't know why, because we could, but we're not. This piece here that we get with it, again, we're not installing. That will go on later on, but that's going to go in there like so eventually. And that's how we're going to look. Let's have a chat. So that's that one done, nice and simple. I do like tiling. I don't know why. There's something very therapeutic about cutting those little tiles out and attaching to this. But I didn't enjoy that dormer window. It doesn't go together the best. I mean, it's just together now and it holds, but I don't know. It seems like quite a poor design. It's almost as if the holes are too big for the slots. It seems a weird choice. So it strikes me that maybe a design change happened late in it. Or I don't know. But yeah, those slots should be a lot smaller. It seems weird that they're that gappy. But it holds now, it's fine, and then when it goes on, it'll be fine as well. It's going to look lovely. I mean, that panel's going to look lovely when it's done. Now, as I said, I've got a lot more coming up of these. These are just going to start rolling out now because I've got enough issues to go up to 106. So I'm just going to keep filming. So if they're not on like immediately after this one, they're coming very, very soon. Because as I said, I'm just burning through these at the moment. But that's all for this one. We are getting scarily close to the end on this one now as well, because as I said, I've got up to 106 that I've got in the house, and I've got the next 4 coming. So we've got up to 110 soon. And that only leaves 10 issues to go with the main build. But if you've come this far, as I said before, you're doing great, you really are. And I've been seeing some of your posts on Facebook of people ahead of me at the moment because we fell behind. And you're looking fantastic, you really are. We're getting there. We're getting there, and we are coming toward the end. We've got a bit more to do in the next one. We've got a bit more to do with that panel. So we've got a very large dormer window to build and 2 of the small round windows, which are going to fit to the frame, and then fit to the roof panel. Then the roof panel can attach to the house. Mine won't because I'm missing the magnets. However, I have bought that copy. I'm just waiting for it to turn up. But it doesn't stop us. I mean, I can still do the whole thing. I just won't have my magnets on, and then in a later issue we'll glue the magnets to the thing, because that's all it is literally gluing those 3 magnets. There's nothing spectacular about it. Somebody did point out, did we get some? We have. There are magnets inside the roof panel, but there needs to be something for it to attach to, and it's those I don't have. Now, either, as I said, either they never came with it, or they were in the box and I just didn't take them out and thrown the box away, but it seems a bit weird that they did that. They gave us those 3 tiny magnets like 5 issues before you actually needed to use them. Seems very odd, but it's what they've done, and I don't know. I give up trying to figure out how partwork companies figure out the pecking order of things. I really do, because there seems to be very little logic involved in it a lot of the time. That's all from me. Big thank you for stopping by. If you'd like to contact us, you can contact us, Bill and the Boys. We will be back incredibly soon with issue 96, issue 97, issue 96. We're very soon with issue 96. I think I've got it here. 96. We're back with 96 very, very soon. We'll be doing more of these dorm windows and completing the roof panel. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. And if you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps the channel massively. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you very, very soon.